Self-discipline is the foundation of success, yet many struggle to develop and maintain it. At its core, self-discipline is the ability to control impulses, delay gratification, and stay committed to long-term goals. While motivation can be fleeting, discipline ensures consistency even when challenges arise. Many people believe that discipline is an innate trait, something that some are born with while others are not. However, this is a misconception. Self-discipline is a skill that can be developed through deliberate practice, habit formation, and a deep understanding of one's thoughts and behaviors. The modern world is filled with distractions. With the rise of technology, instant gratification has become the norm. Social media, fast entertainment, and easy access to information have shortened attention spans, making it difficult for people to focus on meaningful work. This is why self-discipline is more important than ever. Without it, people fall into the trap of procrastination, bad habits, and unfulfilled potential. Those who master self-discipline gain a competitive edge because they can push through discomfort, maintain productivity, and achieve long-term success. One of the biggest misconceptions about discipline is that it requires willpower alone. While willpower plays a role, it is unreliable. Studies show that willpower is a finite resource that depletes throughout the day. If a person relies solely on willpower to stay disciplined, they will eventually give in to temptations. This is why building systems, routines, and habits is crucial. When discipline becomes automatic, success is no longer a matter of forcing oneself to act, it becomes a natural part of life. To develop self-discipline, one must first understand the psychology behind habits and decision-making. Every action a person takes is influenced by deep-seated patterns in the brain. The human brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, which is why people gravitate toward comfort, distractions, and instant rewards. The key to overcoming this natural tendency is to reprogram the mind. Instead of associating discipline with suffering, one must learn to connect it with long-term rewards and personal growth. Many people fail to develop discipline because they set unrealistic goals. They aim for drastic changes overnight, only to feel overwhelmed and discouraged when they cannot maintain them. The truth is that self-discipline is built gradually, through small, consistent actions. Instead of making extreme commitments, one should focus on incremental improvements. The compounding effect of small changes leads to lasting transformation over time. A major obstacle to self-discipline is the fear of discomfort. People avoid difficult tasks because they associate them with pain and struggle. However, successful individuals understand that growth happens outside of comfort zones. They embrace discomfort, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to become stronger. By shifting one's perspective and seeing difficulties as necessary steps toward success, discipline becomes easier to maintain. Another important aspect of self-discipline is accountability. Many people struggle to stay consistent because they lack external accountability. When no one is watching, it is easy to make excuses and procrastinate. This is why successful individuals create systems of accountability. They set deadlines, track progress, and surround themselves with people who hold them to higher standards. Whether through mentors, accountability partners, or structured routines, having external reinforcement strengthens discipline. Self-discipline is also closely tied to emotional control. Many failures in discipline occur due to emotional impulses, stress, boredom, frustration, or exhaustion. When people rely on emotions to guide their actions, they become inconsistent. This is why emotional intelligence is a crucial part of discipline. By learning to manage emotions, one can maintain focus and persistence regardless of external circumstances. To truly master self-discipline, one must cultivate a strong sense of purpose. When a person has a clear vision of what they want to achieve and why it matters, discipline becomes easier. Without a strong why, it is difficult to stay committed when obstacles arise. This is why the most disciplined individuals are those who have a deep connection to their goals. They remind themselves daily of their purpose, reinforcing their commitment to discipline. Developing self-discipline is not about perfection. Many people give up on discipline because they expect themselves to be perfect. When they fail once, they assume they have lost all progress. However, true discipline is about resilience. It is about getting back on track after setbacks, learning from mistakes, and continuously improving. Even the most disciplined individuals face challenges, but what sets them apart is their ability to recover quickly and stay committed. The first step to mastering self-discipline is self-awareness. One must analyze their current habits, behaviors, and weaknesses. Where does time get wasted? What distractions are most tempting? What patterns lead to procrastination? By identifying problem areas, one can create a plan to overcome them. Awareness allows for strategic changes rather than blind efforts. Once self-awareness is developed, the next step is to build discipline through structured routines. The most successful people do not rely on motivation, they rely on habits. By setting a consistent schedule, eliminating unnecessary choices, and automating productive behaviors, discipline becomes effortless. Morning routines, time blocking, and scheduled deep work sessions help create an environment where discipline thrives. In the next part, we will explore the science behind habit formation, the importance of delayed gratification, and practical strategies for strengthening self-discipline in daily life. Mastering discipline is a lifelong journey, but those who commit to it unlock a level of success, focus, and personal growth that few ever achieve. Part 2, The Science of Habits and Delayed Gratification. At the heart of self-discipline lies the ability to form good habits and break bad ones. Habits are the driving force behind our daily actions. They determine how we spend our time, the quality of our work, and the direction our lives take. Understanding how habits are formed, how they can be reshaped, and how they influence our behavior is crucial for cultivating lasting self-discipline. Habits are created through a process called the habit loop, which consists of three main components: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue triggers the habit, the routine is the behavior that follows, and the reward is the feeling of satisfaction or pleasure that reinforces the habit. This loop operates automatically in the brain, which is why habits often become second nature over time. To change a habit, it's essential to identify the cue and the reward and then replace the routine with a more productive one. For instance, if a person tends to snack when feeling stressed, the cue, they might replace the snack with a brief walk or meditation, the new routine, to relieve stress while still satisfying the craving for a reward. It's important to note that the brain resists change, especially when it comes to breaking ingrained habits. Changing a habit requires time and consistent effort. It takes about 21 to 66 days for a new habit to form, depending on the complexity of the behavior. During this period, the brain creates new neural pathways to support the new habit. It's crucial to be patient and persistent during this time. Initially, you may feel the urge to return to the old habit, but with enough practice, the new behavior will become automatic. One of the most powerful tools in the development of self-discipline is delayed gratification, the ability to resist the temptation for an immediate reward in favor of a greater reward later. This concept is at the core of long-term success. Studies have shown that people who can delay gratification tend to have better life outcomes, including higher academic achievement, better health, and more financial stability. Delayed gratification requires the ability to control impulses and maintain focus on long-term goals, which is why it is such a critical skill for self-discipline. The key to mastering delayed gratification is mindfulness and emotional regulation. When faced with temptation, it's important to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this immediate reward worth more than the long-term benefit I'm striving for? Most often, the answer will be no. However, the impulse to act immediately can be overwhelming. This is where mental strategies like cognitive reframing and distraction techniques come in. Cognitive reframing involves changing the way you think about the situation. Instead of seeing the task ahead as tedious or boring, you can reframe it as a step toward achieving something much larger, which will help you push through the discomfort. Distraction techniques, such as focusing on a different task or taking a short break, can also be effective in managing temptation. One of the most important aspects of developing delayed gratification is building self-control muscles. Just like physical muscles, self-control improves with consistent practice. The more you practice resisting small temptations, the easier it becomes to resist larger ones. Begin by setting small, manageable challenges for yourself, such as avoiding distractions during work for 30 minutes or committing to a 10-minute workout. Gradually increase the intensity and duration of these challenges as you build self-control. Over time, these small victories will accumulate, and you'll notice a significant improvement in your ability to delay gratification in all areas of your life. Another essential strategy in mastering self-discipline is the use of rewards and positive reinforcement. When you achieve a milestone or make progress toward your goal, it's important to reward yourself. However, these rewards should align with your long-term objectives. For example, if you are trying to adopt a healthier lifestyle, rewarding yourself with a relaxing activity like reading a book or enjoying time with loved ones is far more beneficial than indulging in unhealthy foods. The key is to make the reward meaningful enough to reinforce the behavior but not so enticing that it undermines your progress. One of the most common challenges in building self-discipline is managing distractions. In today's digital age, distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, and the constant flow of information can pull our attention away from important tasks, leading to procrastination and reduced productivity. One of the most effective ways to overcome distractions is to structure your environment in a way that minimizes temptations. For example, turn off notifications, use apps that block distracting websites, and designate a specific space for focused work. By removing distractions, you create an environment that supports your self-discipline efforts. Another important aspect of self-discipline is time management. Effective time management ensures that you are prioritizing the right tasks and dedicating enough time to achieve your goals. Time blocking is one of the most powerful techniques for managing time effectively. By dividing your day into blocks of focused work and scheduled breaks, you can maintain a high level of productivity while preventing burnout. During these blocks, commit to working on a single task without multitasking. Multitasking can reduce efficiency and increase mental fatigue, making it harder to stay disciplined. Setting clear, specific goals is another important strategy for building self-discipline. People who have clear goals are more motivated to take consistent action because they have a clear sense of purpose. However, it's not enough to simply set goals, you must also develop a plan to achieve them. Break down your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps and create a timeline for completing each step. This makes the goal seem more achievable and gives you a clear path forward. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your goals also helps you stay on track and maintain focus. As you develop self-discipline, it's important to track your progress. Keeping a record of your successes and setbacks allows you to see how far you've come and identify areas that need improvement. Tracking progress also helps you stay accountable and motivated, as you can see tangible evidence of your efforts. Whether through journaling, apps, or spreadsheets, tracking allows you to measure progress and make necessary adjustments along the way. In the next section, we will explore how to overcome setbacks, build resilience, and stay disciplined in the face of challenges. By learning to manage failure and cultivate a growth mindset, you can sustain your self-discipline over the long term and achieve your ultimate goals. Part 3: Overcoming setbacks, building resilience, and staying disciplined. No matter how disciplined you are, setbacks are inevitable. Life is filled with challenges, obstacles, and failures. However, it's how you respond to these setbacks that defines your level of self-discipline. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, learn from mistakes, and keep moving forward. Without resilience, even the smallest challenges can cause people to abandon their goals and give up on their self-discipline efforts. However, those who have developed resilience understand that setbacks are a natural part of the journey toward success. The first step in overcoming setbacks is to shift your mindset. Instead of viewing failure as a permanent condition, view it as a temporary setback or an opportunity for growth. This shift in perspective allows you to remain calm and composed during tough times. When things don't go as planned, take a step back and ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. What went wrong? What could you have done differently? What can you do to avoid making the same mistake in the future? By seeing setbacks as opportunities for learning, you create an environment in which failure doesn't lead to discouragement but rather fuels personal growth. Point 1: of the most important aspects of resilience is self-compassion. When faced with a setback, it's easy to become self-critical and negative. Many people fall into the trap of beating themselves up when they don't meet their expectations. This negative self-talk only worsens the situation, creating a cycle of shame and discouragement. Instead of criticizing yourself, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend going through a difficult time. Acknowledge the setback, but do not define yourself by it. Self-compassion allows you to bounce back from failures with a positive attitude and renewed determination. In addition to building resilience, it's essential to develop mental toughness. Mental toughness is the ability to maintain focus, confidence, and determination, even in the face of adversity. Mental toughness is not something that is inherently possessed by some people and lacking in others. It is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. One of the key components of mental toughness is the ability to stay calm under pressure. When faced with stress or adversity, mentally tough individuals maintain their composure and make decisions with clarity, rather than reacting impulsively. Another important element of mental toughness is the ability to stay focused on the long-term goal, even when faced with distractions or difficulties. It's easy to get sidetracked by short-term discomfort or challenges, but those who possess mental toughness can persevere through these obstacles, knowing that the rewards of discipline are worth the effort. This focus on the long-term goal allows you to maintain motivation and stay committed to the process, even when immediate results are not visible. In addition to mental toughness, emotional regulation plays a crucial role in overcoming setbacks and staying disciplined. Emotional regulation is the ability to manage your emotions in a way that allows you to make rational decisions and stay focused on your goals. Many people allow their emotions to dictate their behavior, especially when they encounter challenges. When faced with frustration or stress, they may give in to impulsive behaviors, such as procrastination or self-sabotage. However, emotional regulation helps you stay calm and composed, allowing you to respond to challenges in a constructive way. Point 1 technique for improving emotional regulation is mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you become more aware of your emotional responses to situations, which allows you to better manage them. Instead of reacting impulsively to stress or discomfort, you can pause, take a deep breath, and choose how to respond. Mindfulness also helps you stay focused on the present moment, rather than becoming overwhelmed by past failures or future anxieties. Through mindfulness, you develop greater emotional resilience, which strengthens your overall self-discipline. In addition to emotional regulation, it's important to practice persistence. Persistence is the ability to keep going despite obstacles or setbacks. While resilience helps you bounce back from failure, persistence ensures that you continue to move forward, even when the road ahead is difficult. Persistence requires patience and determination. It's easy to become discouraged when progress is slow, but persistent individuals keep their eyes on the end goal and continue to take action, even in the face of adversity. To develop persistence, it's helpful to break down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. This allows you to maintain a sense of progress, even when the overall goal feels overwhelming. Each small victory builds momentum and reinforces your commitment to the larger goal. Furthermore, it's essential to stay flexible and adapt to changing circumstances. Life rarely goes as planned, and the ability to adjust your approach while staying focused on the end goal is a hallmark of persistence. A crucial aspect of overcoming setbacks is building a support system. While self-discipline requires personal effort, it's much easier to maintain when you have a network of people who support and encourage you. Surround yourself with individuals who share your goals, values, and aspirations. These people can provide motivation, guidance, and accountability when you face challenges. They can also offer constructive feedback and help you stay on track when you lose your way. Accountability partners can be particularly helpful in maintaining self-discipline. An accountability partner is someone who holds you accountable for your actions and progress. This person can check in on you regularly, offer encouragement, and remind you of your goals when you feel tempted to give up. The act of reporting your progress to someone else can help you stay committed, as it adds an extra layer of responsibility and motivation. In addition to external support, self-discipline also involves self-reflection. Regularly assess your progress and examine your habits and behaviors. Are you staying consistent with your goals? Are there areas where you're slipping or making excuses? Self-reflection helps you identify weaknesses, learn from mistakes, and adjust your approach as needed. It also allows you to celebrate small victories, which helps maintain motivation and reinforces positive behaviors. Ultimately, the key to overcoming setbacks and staying disciplined is perseverance. Setbacks are inevitable, but those who can bounce back quickly, stay focused, and maintain a positive mindset will ultimately achieve their goals. The process of self-discipline is not linear. It involves ups and downs, challenges and triumphs. However, by embracing setbacks as opportunities for growth and remaining committed to the process, you can build lasting self-discipline and unlock your full potential. Part 4. Long-term benefits, consistency, and lifelong self-discipline. Self-discipline is not only about short-term gains, it's also about reaping long-term benefits that can transform every aspect of your life. Once you have developed self-discipline and incorporated it into your daily routine, the rewards begin to compound. The consistent practice of self-discipline has the power to shape your future, create opportunities, and ultimately lead to a more fulfilling life. However, to experience these long-term benefits, you must remain disciplined and committed over time. Point 1 of the primary long-term benefits of self-discipline is improved overall health. Discipline in your diet, exercise routine, and sleep schedule directly impacts your physical well-being. Consistently choosing nutritious foods, exercising regularly, and getting sufficient sleep contribute to increased energy levels, better mood, and reduced stress. These health improvements also enhance your mental clarity, focus, and emotional stability, factors that play a vital role in maintaining self-discipline over the long run. For example, people who are disciplined about their exercise habits often experience improved mental health, including reduced symptoms of anxiety and depression. Regular physical activity releases endorphins, the body's natural, feel-good chemicals, which help to combat stress and promote a positive mood. Additionally, self-discipline in eating habits helps to manage weight, maintain energy levels, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. As a result, the benefits of self-discipline are not limited to just achieving immediate goals but extend into the broader areas of physical and mental health, which further supports your discipline in other parts of your life. Another major long-term benefit of self-discipline is financial success. Self-discipline is essential in managing finances, saving money, and avoiding unnecessary debt. People who practice self-discipline are better able to make sound financial decisions, delay immediate gratification, and prioritize long-term goals over instant pleasures. Over time, these small, disciplined financial choices can lead to significant wealth accumulation. Whether it's budgeting, investing, or saving for retirement, financial discipline ensures that you make choices today that will benefit you in the future. For example, rather than spending impulsively on items you don't need, a disciplined approach to money allows you to save and invest consistently. This not only builds financial security but also reduces the stress associated with living paycheck to paycheck. Over time, the compound effect of small, disciplined decisions can lead to financial freedom and the ability to enjoy a life without financial worries. In addition to health and finances, self-discipline also plays a crucial role in achieving career success. Being disciplined in your work habits leads to increased productivity, greater work satisfaction, and more career opportunities. Discipline helps you stay focused on your long-term career goals, complete tasks on time, and continuously improve your skills and knowledge. As a result, you gain the trust and respect of colleagues, supervisors, and clients, which can lead to promotions, raises, and new job opportunities. Self-discipline also allows you to stay resilient in the face of career challenges. In every professional journey, there are setbacks, deadlines missed, projects that don't go as planned, and moments of self-doubt. However, those with strong self-discipline do not let these setbacks derail their progress. Instead, they maintain focus on their end goals, persist through difficulties, and continually push themselves to improve. This mindset is essential for long-term success in any field. Another powerful long-term benefit of self-discipline is the development of strong relationships. Building and maintaining meaningful relationships requires consistent effort, self-control, and emotional regulation. Whether it's with family, friends, or romantic partners, self-discipline ensures that you show up for the people who matter most, even when it's inconvenient or challenging. Practicing self-discipline in communication, being attentive, and prioritizing the needs of others helps foster trust, empathy, and deeper connections. For instance, being disciplined in showing appreciation, being a good listener, and managing your emotions during conflict strengthens your relationships. It's easy to become distracted or disengaged, especially with the busy demands of life, but those who practice discipline in their relationships tend to experience greater happiness and fulfillment. By making time for loved ones and investing in their well-being, you contribute to a sense of mutual respect and affection that enhances your relationships over time. As we've seen, self-discipline leads to profound benefits in many areas of life. However, to fully experience these benefits, consistency is key. The challenge for most people is maintaining discipline over the long term. At the beginning of a new habit or goal, enthusiasm and motivation are high, but as time goes on, distractions, fatigue, and temptations can cause you to lose focus and slip back into old behaviors. The key to maintaining consistency is creating systems and structures that support your efforts. One powerful method for maintaining consistency is establishing routines and rituals. By creating daily habits that align with your goals, you make self-discipline automatic. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, you might set up a morning routine that includes exercise, healthy eating, and mindfulness. The more you repeat these behaviors, the less effort they require, and the more ingrained they become in your daily life. Similarly, you can create rituals around work and productivity. For instance, establishing a pre-work routine, such as planning your day and setting specific tasks to accomplish, helps you stay focused and productive throughout the day. The more consistent you are in following these routines, the more they become ingrained in your habits, and the easier it becomes to stay disciplined over time. Another important aspect of maintaining consistency is accountability. Having someone to hold you accountable, whether it's a mentor, coach, or accountability partner, can help you stay on track and avoid distractions. When you know that someone else is checking in on your progress, you are more likely to stay committed and focused on your goals. Additionally, accountability provides a support system for when you face challenges or setbacks. An accountability partner can offer guidance, encouragement, and feedback to help you stay disciplined and keep moving forward. Tracking progress is another effective way to maintain consistency. By keeping a record of your habits, tasks, and achievements, you can see the progress you've made and celebrate small victories along the way. Tracking your progress also helps you identify areas where you might be slipping and make necessary adjustments. Whether through journaling, using apps, or spreadsheets, tracking allows you to stay motivated and focused on your goals. Finally, to make self-discipline a lifelong habit, it's important to create a sense of purpose. Having a clear sense of why you want to achieve your goals provides the motivation to stay disciplined over time. Purpose gives meaning to the challenges and setbacks you will inevitably face, making them easier to overcome. Whether it's to improve your health, achieve financial freedom, or build meaningful relationships, aligning your goals with your values and sense of purpose ensures that you remain committed to the process. Self-discipline is a lifelong journey, not a destination. The key is to keep refining your habits, stay consistent, and embrace the process. When you make self-discipline a core part of your identity, you unlock the power to achieve anything you set your mind to. The benefits of self-discipline are not just short-term, they can shape your future, improve your health, enhance your relationships, and lead to long-term success in every aspect of life. Part 5: Making self-discipline a lifelong habit and embracing the growth process. The journey of self-discipline is ongoing and ever-evolving. In the previous parts, we discussed how to build and maintain self-discipline, overcome setbacks, and harness its long-term benefits. But one of the key takeaways is that self-discipline is not a destination, it's a continuous process of growth and improvement. By making self-discipline a part of your identity, you can ensure it remains a powerful force throughout your life. A crucial part of sustaining self-discipline is embracing the idea that growth is a lifelong pursuit. Self-discipline doesn't just help you achieve specific goals, it's the foundational skill that enables continuous personal development. The more you practice self-discipline, the more you realize that it's not only about reaching your current goals, but also about preparing yourself for future challenges and opportunities. Life is filled with new experiences, and each one offers an opportunity to practice and refine your self-discipline. One way to approach this is by viewing self-discipline as a skill, much like any other. Just as you would work to improve your technical skills in a specific field, or your physical strength in exercise, self-discipline requires constant practice. Over time, as you face new obstacles and pursue different goals, your self-discipline grows stronger and more refined. This ongoing effort allows you to tackle increasingly complex challenges with confidence and resilience. In addition to viewing self-discipline as a skill, it's important to recognize that progress isn't always linear. There will be ups and downs, times when you feel highly motivated, and other times when your resolve weakens. This is completely normal. The key is not to let setbacks derail your entire journey. Instead, stay committed to the process and remember that small, consistent efforts over time lead to significant results. Building lasting self-discipline requires a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. When you adopt a growth mindset, you view challenges as opportunities to improve rather than obstacles that hold you back. A growth mindset allows you to approach self-discipline with patience and an openness to change. You understand that there will be mistakes, failures, and detours, but each one is a part of your growth journey. Part of nurturing a growth mindset is learning to enjoy the process. The pursuit of self-discipline should not be driven solely by the desire for rewards or external validation. While goals are important, the journey itself holds value. When you find joy in the daily act of discipline, whether it's completing tasks, managing your time effectively, or staying focused, you begin to appreciate the progress you're making. This positive reinforcement helps you stay motivated and aligned with your goals. Creating a positive environment is another key element in making self-discipline a lifelong habit. Surround yourself with people, resources, and experiences that support your discipline efforts. This can include friends and family who encourage your growth, mentors who provide guidance, and communities that share your values and goals. The right environment reinforces your commitment to self-discipline by offering motivation, support, and accountability. Additionally, be mindful of the influences that may undermine your self-discipline. Negative people, toxic environments, or distractions can erode your willpower and pull you off course. By cultivating an environment that fosters positivity, focus, and growth, you're more likely to sustain your efforts and keep your discipline intact. Consistency is key to long-term success, and the most effective way to maintain consistency is by integrating small, manageable habits into your daily routine. Start by focusing on a few key habits that align with your goals and build from there. The more these habits become part of your daily life, the less effort they require. In fact, over time, they will become second nature, and your discipline will no longer feel like a challenge but rather an integral part of who you are. Tracking your progress continues to play an important role as you work toward making self-discipline a permanent part of your life. Whether it's through journaling, using tracking apps, or simply reflecting on your day, keeping a record of your efforts helps reinforce your commitment and motivates you to continue. Tracking provides tangible evidence of your growth and offers insight into areas where you can improve. Another effective method for ensuring lifelong self-discipline is regular self-reflection. Take time each day or week to assess your progress, review your goals, and evaluate your habits. Self-reflection allows you to identify areas of strength and weakness, recognize patterns, and adjust your approach if necessary. It's essential to maintain an objective perspective on your efforts, recognizing both your successes and areas for improvement without being overly critical. By continually adjusting and refining your approach, you set yourself up for sustained growth and success. Self-discipline also requires the ability to embrace discomfort. The journey toward lasting self-discipline often involves moments of discomfort, whether it's the challenge of resisting temptation, pushing through fatigue, or staying focused when distractions arise. However, those who practice self-discipline understand that discomfort is temporary and is a necessary part of growth. Over time, as you push through discomfort, you build greater tolerance and resilience. This ability to endure and even embrace discomfort strengthens your self-discipline and allows you to face even greater challenges in the future. Ultimately, the power of self-discipline lies in its ability to transform your life from the inside out. By consistently practicing self-discipline, you cultivate a mindset of growth, focus, and resilience. These qualities allow you to achieve your goals, overcome challenges, and improve all aspects of your life, whether personal, professional, or relational. The benefits of self-discipline are not just about achieving specific goals, but about becoming the best version of yourself, ready to tackle whatever challenges lie ahead. As you continue on your journey of self-discipline, remember that it's a lifelong process. Celebrate your progress, stay committed to the process, and embrace the inevitable setbacks as part of the learning experience. Over time, the small, consistent actions you take will lead to extraordinary results. The power of self-discipline is in your hands. Through patience, persistence, and the willingness to grow, you can unlock your full potential and live a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment.